Hi, my name's Sarah Douthwaite and I'm the programme lead for the Level 5 Coaching Professional Apprenticeship. I'm going to take you through some information about this apprenticeship and then talk to you about next steps for your enrolment. If you visit the Institute for Apprenticeships and the hyperlink is contained within this presentation, you'll be able to gain more information and detail about the content I'm going through today. As a summary from the Institute for Apprenticeships, they outline that this particular apprenticeship is relevant to lots of different roles across many sectors and organisations. And they summarise coaching really clearly by saying that it's a way of treating people, a way of thinking and a way of being, which is vital to supporting individuals and organisations in increasingly volatile and ever-changing environments. So let's have a look at that in a little bit more detail, and I'm going to attempt to answer these questions for you today. So if we think about what coaching is, essentially it's an approach and a communication approach. You could think of it as a conversation or a series of conversations that have real impact on the person being coached. And by impact, we're talking about building confidence, building resilience, self-esteem, ability to solve problems on their own. So this is a really fantastic skill to be able to use. And if you think about how this might fit in to your role and how it could benefit those around you, this particular apprenticeship is great if you're in a position where you support the development and the learning of others. So you might work as a manager and you might hold one-to-ones and give feedback to your staff. Coaching is a great approach and is an alternative to the opposite of coaching, I guess, which is mentoring and is more tell and instructional. So through coaching, you can really empower your staff to build confidence and problem solve. You may not work in a management position, you may work in another position where you support individuals and you think that coaching would be a really great tool. For example, we have some HR staff that are on this particular apprenticeship, and they find that being able to coach managers really helps give managers the confidence to then support their own staff and in turn learn some coaching skills and pass those on. We very much see that this apprenticeship will give you some new skills to be able to communicate through all of your conversations. It is important, though, to consider how you're going to meet the apprenticeship standards, and as well as doing some informal ad hoc coaching where you might have a conversation for 5 or 10 minutes, we are looking to develop your knowledge, skills and behaviours in a bit more depth than that. So I'm going to talk to you about some of the expectations of the work we will be asking you to do. But let's just have a look at the knowledge, skills and behaviours in a little bit more detail. So with regards to the knowledge, we're going to be teaching as part of our workshops what coaching professionals need to know and understand. So we will be going into lots of different theories. We'll be looking at some topics around neuroscience, learning styles. We'll be having a look at a little bit of psychology, but really giving you some models and theories that help you support the people that you go on to coach. Then what we would be looking for you to do is to embed that knowledge. And this is where you need to find opportunities for formal coaching practice. So although we very much see this apprenticeship supporting you in all of your communication, you do need to create the opportunity to build competency. So you need access to coachees, willing volunteers within your organisation who have specific goals that they want to achieve. And we'd be looking for you to deliver coaching sessions in a safe environment for between 60 to 90 minutes. So if this is something that's outside of a normal role, then you need to ensure that you make the time to be able to facilitate those sessions. And that's really where you're going to build the skills that are required of a coaching professional. We're also going to be looking to develop your behaviours. So this is about how all coaching professionals must behave. We'll be looking at codes of ethics, and also that you're working towards being an ambassador of coaching and really sharing the learning with other people. An example of a knowledge statement, just there on the slide, is around the difference between coaching, mentoring, training, consulting, and counselling. And that's really where we will start in our workshops. We'll really help you to unpick the difference between coaching and other approaches. So in terms of our delivery then, how do we deliver this apprenticeship at BPro? Well, we offer a mix of blended learning. One of the first things that we will do is to invite you to group workshops, and you'll attend those for 3 hours. There'll be at least one of these per month. That will be facilitated by a qualified tutor. You will then be assigned a dedicated development coach, and they will meet you every 8 weeks and go through your progress and have a look at how you're embedding the knowledge from the workshops into your workplace. They'll be talking about those opportunities to do some formal coaching. You'll have access to a wide range of coaching resources and further reading, and we'll make recommendations on books and podcasts. And finally, you'll be assigned a range of activities to complete, which are going to help you build that competency towards your apprenticeship. As part of the coaching professional apprenticeship at BPro, we also embed and offer a CMI qualification. CMI stands for Chartered Management Institute, and it's a well-recognised and well-established awarding body for qualifications. We've chosen to offer the Level 5 CMI certificate in professional coaching practice. And as you're completing your apprenticeship, you'll also be completing tasks that satisfy the CMI qualification also. The two run alongside one another, so it doesn't feel like you're doing additional work. To successfully complete and obtain your CMI qualification, there are 2 units to complete. The first one is a theoretical unit, so the role of the professional coach. For this, we ask that you write a 4,000-word report. Now, we on this programme have decided to break this down and split it into 8 500-word mini assignments. And you'll start completing those fairly early on in your apprenticeship, and we'll give you continual feedback and support. So if it's been a long time since you've written an academic assignment, that's absolutely fine. We're going to be helping you with Harvard referencing and assignment layout, things like that. The other part of CMI is for you to complete a practical assignment. This involves you delivering coaching to 2 coachees across 3 sessions, lasting 60 to 90 minutes each. You'll need to show evidence of that coaching, and there's a number of templates that we'll ask you to complete. And upon doing that task, we will then ask you to submit a 2,000-word reflection on your journey through coaching. When you near to endpoint assessment, so once you've met the knowledge, skills and behaviours, once you've completed your CMI and you have the evidence for that, we'll be looking to enter you into endpoint assessment. So if we have a look at the assessment methods that are used for this particular apprenticeship, the first one is observation with question and answers. You will be expected to deliver coaching to 2 people for a duration of an hour. And then after the second one, you will enter 20 minutes of a questioning session. And this allows the assessor to ask questions about your thought process and your practice as you were delivering those 2 sessions. The 2 sessions will take place on the same day. They happen virtually. So although you might be in the same room as your coachees, the assessor will be virtual. The second method that is used is an interview, and this is supported by a portfolio that you build as part of your apprenticeship. So some of the work that I've just spoken about, certainly the stuff you produce for CMI, can be used also as part of your endpoint assessment portfolio. Your development coach will look at that before you go into endpoint assessment, just to make sure that you've showcased your best examples of coaching. And then you will enter an interview lasting 60 minutes where you will be asked questions about your coaching practice. Finally, the last method is a knowledge test, and there are 9 knowledge areas mapped to this particular method. It's 90 minutes in length, it's multiple choice, and it's closed book. Again, this is done virtually, but it is invigilated so that it's monitored under test conditions. Once you have been through your apprenticeship and your CMI work, this is a summary of what you will have achieved by the end of that. So you will have achieved your level 5 coaching professional apprenticeship, your CMI level 5 certificate in coaching professional practice. And if you've been working with us on your maths and English at level 2, you will also have those qualifications as well. So if all of that sounds interesting to you, you can find out more information on the Institute for Apprenticeships, but please ask us for a skill scan so that you can start to have a look at how you compare to the knowledge, skills and behaviours. And then upon receiving that back, we will work with you to set up an initial advice and guidance meeting with a development coach just to chat through and make sure this is the right apprenticeship for you. So please speak to us about the enrolment options, next dates, and we look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you for listening.